to do 40 and 20, right?
It's up to you. Do 40 and 20, yeah.
Do 40. Okay. So now we were at... So yesterday we finished the color markers, right?
Yeah.
Quick recollection. Do you want to do? But this is just colors, right?
Just
You don't want to
color,
do,
yeah.
right?
Let's go straight
Yeah,
into
we'll go to HTML forms. We're building a registration form. You can use HTML forms to collect information about people who visit your website. In this course, you will learn HTML forms by building a sign-up page. You'll learn how to control what types of data people can type into your form and some new CSS tools for styling your page. So this is the form we're building, Syed.
Yeah.
Did you have a look at the form before you started?
No.
Basically, you have what? What do you see here?
Huh?
Heading.
H1.
H1 paragraph. Then input tag with labels.
Inputs and labels.
Right. And obviously, all of this has to be a form.
Yeah.
Inside a form tag.
Inside the form or select. Yeah.
Okay.
And inside that form we have selection.
Yeah.
And we have horizontal line, HR.
Yeah.
And we have a list. Wait. That one, it's called HTML type radio.
Yeah. Radio buttons.
Radio buttons.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this is a checkbox. Then you have a file upload thing, which is again another input.
Input. We didn't
type.
do it, yeah?
Yeah, we haven't done it, but it's an input tag.
Okay.
Okay. File upload. Then whatever. Numbers.
Yeah.
This is a drop down. This is a different type. Like how you had checkbox with options, right? Like this is a drop down. Okay. This and then submit. Okay. All good?
All good, bro.
Welcome to the registration form project. Start by adding the doc type HTML. Added the declaration at the top of the document so the browser knows what type of document it is reading. Correct. This should be in a tag, yeah?
Yep.
Opening and closing HTML. Head and body tags. Where you at? If you're stuck anywhere, you give me a heads up.
No.
You are in 4, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Add a title element. And give your project the title registration form. Registration form. Also nest a self-closing link element in the head element. We need a link, which is self-closing.
Yeah.
And this link should have relationship rel equal to style sheet.
Type equals to text CSS and href equals to styles.css.
Done. Okay, all of this is just the usual stuff. We are just building the structure. Okay. Yeah. Within the body, provide a h1. You need a h1 along with the text registration form. Check your code, submit and go. Step 6, below the heading, please use the following text with a paragraph element to encourage users to register. So I'll copy this text.
Within the body, provide the heading context.
You need a paragraph, Syed.
No, it's H1.
Below the heading.
Below the heading.
Yeah.
I'm at 5. Sorry about
that. Sorry.
You're on 6. Yeah, below the heading.
You're stuck there? Okay,
no,
fine.
Right.
Just follow through. I'll just wait up for you.
So
Copy that text and paste it.
okay, in paragraph.
Yeah.
Seven, yeah.
To spruce the project up, let us add some CSS. Begin by giving the body tag width 100% and height
Height.
100 VH. Do you know what VH is?
VH. We didn't see it last time, no?
Okay, so the viewport is how much you see. You see in this browser what you're seeing over here.
Yeah.
From here,
Yeah.
from this corner up to the bottom plus this corner to this area is the viewport. How much I am seeing or how much the device is showing or whatever the size is. Now when I change this, the size of this changes, right? So this viewport changes. So a view VH is viewport height and viewport width. And it is 100% of 100 VH is 100% of the height. Okay. So what we are telling is make the body 100% of the height.
Yeah.
So even if we make this smaller or bigger, the body will be 100%.
100% all the time.
Okay. So for example, for you, if you want to see, if you give yourself a background color, OUND-COLOR. Now you see this body, it is 100%, 100 VH. But if I close that, now whatever, it is still showing the whole thing, but you're just giving it a fixed thing that make it a 100% of whatever is being seen. Now get rid of the horizontal scroll bar by setting the body default margin. Added by some browsers to 0. Set margin as 0. So all four you are setting to 0. Margin, top, bottom, right, left. And that removed the scroll bar. You had this scroll bar, right? This thing where it was scrolling. I don't know if your browser has it. You see the scroll bar?
Yeah.
Where you can scroll up and down? Yeah. So making margin 0 removes all of that extra thing. You did 100 VH and it had some margin value. So it was pushing it out and that's why you were getting the scroll.
I got it now, yeah.
Remember in the line we were trying to put and we made 75% and 25% and then it was breaking.
Yeah.
Because there is a default margin added before.
Yeah.
So now we are resetting the body's margin to 0.
0.
Okay. This is better. Now make the background easy on the eyes by changing the body background color to this number. Make the body background color, semicolon that color. Then to see the text, change the color. So the style color is for the text color. The rule, the property size.
Yeah.
You have background color, right? And now they are telling us to add color. Color is a separate property which is the color of the text.
Sure.
You okay?
Yeah.
Then, as suggested by the title, you are creating a form. So after the paragraph element, insert a form with action attributed to this.
Form always comes with action, yeah?
Yeah. So you're telling the form that when I click submit,
bro,
send the data here.
That's what I didn't understand for the first time.
Right.
So I didn't understand the action.
Right. It is telling that take all the form details that you collect and send it to this location, to this URL. Send our data there. Okay, step 11.
Is the timer working or not?
Yeah. We still have half an hour. We're just done with 10 minutes.
Okay.
Seeing as we plan on having 3 distinct sections to the form, add these field set elements within the form. Add 3 field sets. No, field set, not sets. What are you typing? Yeah, correct.
What did I say? Same thing.
Yeah, you said sets, so I thought you were typing SETS.
Field sets. 11 to 11.
And you need 3 of these.
Yeah.
What else does the field set have?
Sorry, margin. No, not legend.
Yeah.
Field set.
Yeah.
It has a legend. So 11, yeah?
Yeah. So here in 11, no, I think 12, dude. Yeah, go to 12.
Yeah, 12 now.
The first field set will hold name, email, and password fields. Start by adding 4 label elements in the field set. Label, close label, 4 elements, duplicate the line.
Label. Sorry. Label. 4 elements.
Yep.
And then second one is leave them
No,
all.
just leave them like that.
Okay.
In the next step we will deal with it. Right. And now what they're telling is add the following text to the label elements. So what I'll do is, let me see, I'll copy these 4 lines. Yep.
What's happened?
What?
Can you check mine? Why it comes like this?
Did you read the question? Are you doing the right thing?
Yeah, add the following text to the label elements. Doesn't see they all look in one.
Yeah,
Is this right? What I did?
that should be right. That should work, right? Did you not?
I didn't check. No. See on the right side how it's look like.
Yeah.
See here.
Those are the 3 field sets, Syed. The border is for the field set.
Okay.
So we are all these labels are inside the first field set, right? And the labels are inline elements, I think. Which is why they're coming one after the other.
Okay, so we need to change the block.
Maybe, let us see. As labels, as label elements are inline by default, they appear on the same line as the text they are labeling. To make them appear on separate lines, add display block to the label element. So we add label and put display block. To make them appear on separate lines, add display block to the label element and add a margin of 0.5 rem and 0. Margin 0.5 rem. So what happens? It puts it on top and bottom.
0.5 rem.
Yeah. They have two. They have 2 here, right? Margin. You don't know what rem is, right?
No.
Okay. But you understand the margin rule.
Of course I understand.
Right?
Yeah.
2 elements. So this shorthand for top, bottom, left, right.
So bottom. Yeah, I know.
Okay. Yeah. So rem is, remember we were talking about absolute sizes and relative sizes.
Yeah.
So a pixel is an absolute value. Okay. Try to understand. Relative value is like a percentage.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a pixel. See this. Okay. So see, by default, right, browsers have different types of settings. Okay. So think of everything as a relative thing is obviously relative to some other value.
Yeah.
Correct. So if I say this is So an absolute value is in pixel is like centimeter, meter, inch, which is a fixed thing. Okay. So like how we had 100 VH, right? So it was 100% of the viewport height, right?
Yeah.
100% of it. Okay. So an RE, so now in this, you're seeing the default thing. By default, the browser font size is 16 pixels. And if you say H1 equal to 48 pixels, it will render as 48 pixels itself.
Yeah.
And if you have the root font size, if somebody changes it to 24 or some other browser has 24, say for example, this H1 equals 48 is always going to be the same. It's not, let us say this size is not relative to base font size. Okay. So now if you take a rem, a relative REM, 3 rem, right? So in a default font size, 3 times the relative EM is the whatever the base font size.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 rem is 48 pixels. That is the default size. But if the base font size is changed to 24 pixels, if 1 rem is made to 24 pixels, then H1 3 rem equals 72 pixels. Okay. So what is M? I don't know if I want to tell you what the difference between M and... Okay, so pixel is absolute value. Rem is multiple of a given root font size. Okay. And M is multiple of font size of the element on which it is used. Okay. So rem is base font size multiple. So typically everywhere if you say H1 is this rem, H2 is this rem, or everything is in rem, then if the base font size changes, proportionally the font size also will change. Okay. And M is the size of the font size which is set on the parent element. So over here if you see root font size is 24 pixels. Okay. But this container's font size, that is the font size rule for this container. Let us say this is some div something, div rectangle, class rectangle. Okay. And in class rectangle, if you set font size equals 24 pixels, if you set font size equals 24 pixel and you use the thing of 1M over here, it will use the base font size of whatever 24 you set for the container. Rem always uses the base size for the whole page, the root font size. M is for whatever is the font size of the parent container. Okay. So don't stress about it a lot. They're just different units. They'll come into play. Let us say if you're trying to design, like let us say a responsive website. And in the responsive website, you want the font size also to increase and decrease automatically based on how much you're zoomed in or zoomed out. Right. So if you see over here, this font size probably, let us see whether it will increase or not. The font increases, right? The font increases, not just the image, the font also increases, right? So this is probably a rem M sort of a thing. There will be some sites where the images and icons will become bigger, but the font size will be the same. When you zoom in or whatnot. Okay. So anyway, just for you to understand, rem is another unit. So over here, if for this thing it is 16 pixels, 0.5 rem will be how much?
3 times 1.5.
No, 0.5 rem will be half. 1 rem is 16 pixels. Okay. So technically you're telling margin set it to 8 pixels.
8 pixels. Okay. Yeah. I got
okay.
Yeah.
So if the font size increases, proportionally everything will increase. The padding, margin, border, whatever you're giving, by proportions it will increase.
It will increase. Okay.
Okay. So if the base font size changes to 20 pixels, then this will be 10 pixels.
10 pixels.
So proportions are sort of maintained.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. So I think this is what we wanted to do. We made them into block. Okay. Next. You're in 15?
Yeah.
Nest an input element with each label. Nest an input element with each label.
Input is self-closing, yeah?
Yes.
Inputs. And the type is always text.
Not always.
Sorry. I need just to follow. Be sure to add each input after the label text and include a space after the colon. Bro.
Add a space
Input.
after the colon.
Input, is it after the first label or second label?
I
think after the first
no.
label.
After the tag. After the colon. Enter your first name is there, right? After that.
Before the label. Before the label, yeah?
Before the closing label.
Yeah.
And they're telling have a space after the colon. Yeah. Have a space after the colon. After the colon. After name colon, right? First name colon. Yeah, there. So they are telling add an input.
Yeah, I forgot to do that.
What happened?
Alt.
Yeah, Alt. Alt and click.
So it's called input, yeah?
Yeah.
So in our case, it's gonna be...
It is self-closing, so it should have the tag. It should have the closing angle slash.
Yeah.
All of them. No?
Is it yours?
Remove the space after the input and label. In all of them.
Why are they doing like this? Only one space they...
Okay. 16, correct? Specifying the type attribute of a form element is important for the browser to know what kind of data it should expect.
Yeah.
If the type is not specified, browser will default to text. So you were right. The default thing is text for input.
Text.
Okay. Give the first two input elements type attribute of text.
Yeah.
Input first element and second element type equal text. Third element of the type attribute.
What do you say? Type equal?
Email. Keep first two. And the fourth, a type of password.
Password.
Okay, so we have 4 inputs with 4 input types. The first input element with the type of submit is automatically set to submit to the nearest parent form element. To handle the form submission, after the last field set element, add an input element. After the last field set, add an input.
Input elements, yeah?
Yeah. After the last field set element, add an input element with the type attribute set to submit. Type equal to submit and the value attribute set to submit. Value equal to submit. So that created a button, you see?
Yeah.
At this point, you should be able to submit the form. However, you might not notice nothing much happens.
Problem, bro.
If you click, nothing happens actually. Okay. Reload. To make the form more interactive, add the required.
Finish.
What happened?
Just this one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, you know.
Because it is checking for that text, right? That is how the test is written.
Submit is submit, it's not like capital letter or small letter.
Right, that is also there. To make the form more interactive, add the required attribute to the input element in the first field set.
Required
To all of them.
inputs. Yeah.
So to all of them, input, text, email, password, all of them we will make it required. Now if you try to submit the form without filling in the required fields, you will see an error message, right? Obviously it does not submit. Certain type attributes come with built-in form validation. For example, type equals email requires the value to be a valid email. Add custom validation to the password input element by adding a minimum length attribute, min length. Okay, so for email we have min length equal to 8. Doing so prevents inputs of less than 8 characters being submitted.
Add custom validation to the password input. Okay, nice password input. Okay. By adding min length attributes with the value of 8. Password. Before required, yeah? Min length equals 8.
What did you type? Where is the password?
Length. This one.
Which line is it in?
415.
Okay, I think your screen is stuck. Can you stop your share and start again? Because it is showing step 18 for me.
Yes, no, 19.
You're in 19, right? It is showing 18. Just stop your share and start again.
Maybe you don't have data. Ah, it's a data.
Call.
I'm calling you.
Okay, you can mute your mic. Yeah, you can start your screen share. Yeah. Yeah. I think your spelling is wrong, Syed.
No, why is that?
What is min length spelling?
CH. 20, yeah?
1 minute. It is email only, right?
Password.
Sorry. I put it in the wrong place.
Why you put it after required? It should be before required.
No, it can be anywhere. It's not an issue. Like I was telling, right? Attributes don't have any set order.
Okay.
Okay, HTML attributes don't have. With type equals password, you can use the pattern attribute to define a regular expression that the password must match to be considered valid. Add a pattern attribute to the password input value. We need to pattern, right? Required pattern equal to set it to this. I'm just going to copy this. Pattern equal to that. The above regular expression which matches 8 or more lowercase characters or digits 0 to 5. Then remove the min length attribute and try it out. Now if you remove min length, it should again expect 8 characters. Yeah, it still expects the first name, whatnot. Okay, so no point testing it out. We'll move ahead. Step 21. Let us go to the next part of the registration form. This section will ask for the type of the attribute The type of the account the user is opening and will confirm that the user has read the terms and conditions. Start by adding the label element. Label, check your code. Second field set, yeah, label. Oh, 3 label fields. $22 Syed?
Yeah.
Okay. Users will be allowed to choose either personal account or business account. To do this, within each of the first 2 elements, add one input element with type radio. Within each of the first. So the first 2 should be radio. Shit. Input self-closing, type equals radio. For the terms and conditions, add the input with type equal to checkbox.
It's the third one, yeah?
Yeah. Checkbox. With the type of checkbox to the third label. Also, we do not want users to sign up without having read the terms and conditions, so make it required.
Where, third one or all?
For the third one. Within each corresponding label element and immediately after the input element, add a space and add the following text. Personal account, after the input, business account, I accept the terms and conditions there. Add all of them with a space in the front side. We still have about 7 minutes left, Syed.
How much?
7.
So,
Yeah. You only want one radio input to be selectable at a time. However, the form does not know that the radio inputs are related. To relate the radio inputs, give them the same name attribute. Right? That's how all of them get assigned the same this one. Name attribute with the value of account type. So the 2 inputs have to have name equal to that account type. All good?
yeah. Now I understand. Really, I need this course for label and inputs. They're really good example.
Example, yeah.
Very good example.
Yeah. Label and input, yeah. So when input is inside the label, it's easy to understand, right? It's only when there are 2 separate tags that you get a little confused. Right. To finish this field set off, link the text terms and conditions to the following location. So for terms and conditions, we will have a href equal to open close that, and a closing anchor tag. All good? No, the should be outside.
Sorry?
The
Should be in the beginning.
yeah should be outside the yeah.
Here?
Yep. You have to close the anchor tag, right?
Anchor tag is closing.
Okay. So now, what were you supposed to do? What are you doing?
I'm changing
Read the
text
question again.
to finish the feed set of playing the text to the following location.
Link the text. So terms and conditions should be inside the tag, right?
They are inside the tag.
Terms and conditions. What is the anchor tag? What does ahref do? It creates a link,
Yeah.
correct? And you click on the text.
Oh, sure. I got it. So, what do you call it? Then,
Yep.
oh, okay.
There must be somewhere where menu settings. Is there anywhere where I can set that donations button to not keep asking?
Have you donated before or no?
I've donated once before. But anyway, fine. Moving on to the final field set. What if you wanted to allow a user to upload a profile picture? Well, the input type file. Input type equal to file. Close the input tag. Okay. Add a label allows the user to upload a profile picture. Well, the input type allows just as add a label with the text upload a profile picture : we need to add a label and the label should have this text, okay, upload a profile picture, and then add an input type tag, add an input after that. Yeah, you have to put the input tag inside the label side.
Inside the label.
Yep.
Here?
Now at the end, after the semicolon, add a space. No, after the semicolon, add a space. Remove the space from the end. Yep. All good. Add another. Yeah, a minute. We'll finish this and then we'll take a break. This
Okay.
one thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Add another label after the first. Another label after the first with the text input your age and years. Then nest an input within the type of number. So after this, I need another label. And this label should have the text input your age in years, and that, and inside this I should input a I should insert a input type equal to number. Okay. As we do not want users under the age of 13 to register, add a min attribute. Min equal to 13. Also, we can probably assume users over the age of 120 will not register, and add a max value or max attribute with a value of 120. Max equal to.
What is this number? What is that type?
Minimum and maximum. Min and max.
What is minimum and max? No, before min. What did you write?
Before min. Where are you at? Input space type, bro.
Okay.
Okay, and type is number.
What did you write?
I wrote number. Oh, I have written number.
And then space min
Yeah.
equals to 13. And then space max equals to
120.
that's it.
Right. Done.
Done.
Okay, we'll take a break now. 29.
Fuck. The speaker down.
comfortable, you're sorted, then we can start. All good?
Yeah.
How much have we done?
How many are there?
We've done 50%, Syed.
No way.
Crazy.
So we got 60, yeah?
Yeah, like 57. I think we'll wrap it up.
We'll wrap up, yeah, before I go today.
Yeah? All
We'll
good.
do another 40 minutes, yeah?
See, most of the stuff is back, right? I mean, the HTML is like sort of ready, right?
Yeah.
We probably have to start working on the CSS now. Okay. Step 29. Adding a drop down to the form. Oh, we needed a drop down here, right? Yeah. Adding a drop down to the form is easy with the select element. So we put a select. I don't know if a select is self-closing or what. Okay. The select element is a container of a group of option elements. Okay. So you'll have a select and inside that you'll have options. And the option element acts as a label for each drop down option. Both elements require closing tags. Fine. Start by adding a select element below the two. Okay, we have a select starting and a closing select element.
Below label, yeah?
Yeah. And we need 5 option elements.
5 optional?
Option.
Option tag, yeah?
Yep. 5 option tags. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 option tags. Okay. Nest the select element within the label element. What?
Nest?
Nest the select element within the label element of how did you...
Oh, what's going on with mine?
What? What happened?
Inside select.
Yeah. So we need to create a...
So what is a select and what is option? Are we going to see? Are they working always together?
Sorry? Yeah, select and option working together. Are working together. Okay.
It's logic. Select from this option.
Yeah.
It's like radio.
Yeah. And one option will be selected.
No.
Okay. Okay. So now it says nest the select element. We have to nest the element within a label element. So we need to open a label.
Another label, yeah.
And close the label. Okay. And obviously we need to make the select go inside the label.
Yeah.
Okay. So the select is now nested inside the label. Select label within the label element with the text, how did you hear about us? So the label needs the text, how did you hear about us? And then the select.
So, yeah. Okay, after label, yeah, we have to put.
Yeah.
How did you hear about us? Yeah. Okay. You should play the text before the select element. That's what I did, guys.
Yeah. So they are just move the select. No. What you did was right. Put it back there, right? And delete the space before select so that it goes up there. Yeah. Check your code. Okay, you should place the text before the select element. Remove that space, yeah. The drop-down elements are currently empty. To give them content, add the following text to each subsequent option element.
Select one?
Yeah. So, instead of doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste all those options here. And then just paste option at the start and end of it.
It's also important, yeah, I need it in my...
What is important? Oops.
This selection and option. Select and option. I need this, bro. I need it in my life.
Okay.
32.
Good. Submitting the form with the option selected would not send a useful value to the server. Yeah, so just having an option does not send value, right? So you need that whatever value equal to something to be selected, correct?
Yeah.
As such, each option needs to be given a value attribute, without which the text content of the option will be submitted to the server. Give the first option a value of double quotes. The subsequent option elements value attribute from 1 to 4.
Give the first option. Okay. Value of double quotes. Value is attribute, yeah?
Yeah.
Only double quotes or
For the first one, you are giving it an empty double quotes.
empty double quotes? Yeah.
Basically saying that there is no value here. For the others, you are giving 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay? You understood?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then individually you'll have to type size. Yeah. The text area element acts like an input element of type text, but comes with the added benefit of being able to receive multi-line text and an initial number of rows and columns. To allow a user to register with a bio, add a label with the text provide a bio. So we need a label.
What's he doing?
Providing a label.
After label.
Label should be provide a bio, and that should be followed by a text area which requires a closing tag. So text area is another tag, Syed. Okay, so it looks like, you see the HTML text area?
Text area.
In this, yeah,
After or before label?
after label. Text area will make this box,
Oh, okay.
this text box.
Okay.
Okay, and in this you can tell rows and columns are there, right?
Yeah.
So it says rows 4, columns 50. Now if I make this columns 100, or let us say if I make this columns 30 and rows 8, if you run this you will see this change.
Okay.
Okay, so we're doing a text area below that.
Provide a bio. Then close text area, yeah?
Yeah, apparently the text area should be inside the label.
This label?
Yeah. No. The label's text is provide a bio.
Sorry?
See this. The label's text is provide a bio. And the text area is a separate tag which is inside the label.
Okay.
Did you understand?
Yeah. Like this?
Yeah, and add a space after. And remove. Yeah. The text area appears too small. To give it an initial size, you can add the rows and columns attribute. How much do you want the rows? Rows 3 and columns 30. Text area, rows equal to 3, cols equal to 30. Okay, To give campers an idea of what to put in their bio, the placeholder attribute is used. The placeholder accepts a text value which is displayed until the user starts typing. Give the text area a placeholder of "I like coding on the beach" with 3 full stops. So text area needs a placeholder.
We use placeholder in other places, and I remember in text type.
Yeah.
Text.
It just shows text over there to guide, right?
Placeholder equals.
I paste the text. "I like coding on the beach" with 3 full stops. What happened?
Always I have problem.
What did you do?
Okay, I forgot this one.
Again? Okay. With the form submission, it is useful and a good practice to provide each submittable element with a name attribute. This attribute is used to identify the element in the form submission. Go ahead and give each submittable element a unique name attribute of your choosing, except for the 2 radio inputs. So, for every place where we have input, correct? What else?
Give each submitted element a unique name attribute.
Yeah, so I'm going to give name equal to double quotes. I'm just going to copy this text.
Which one? Enter your
Name
first
equal to, yeah. I'm going to copy this name equal to put it on every other place. We need to give a name equal to for all inputs, Syed.
Yeah. I will put name.
What will you put?
And for the first name, I will put F name.
Okay, good.
Last name, I will put L name.
Yep.
L name. Password. Email, I will put email.
Email, password. Then next is terms.
Radio. For input type checkbox, should I put name or not?
For input type checkbox, yeah, I am putting. Let us see if it will go through. I'm adding.
Okay. I feel it's like similar to radio. We don't need to put it.
They haven't mentioned. They just told don't put it for radio, right?
Radio we have already named.
Really?
Account type, yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. Checkbox input. What should I put? Let's do it the same name.
For which one?
Checkbox.
Yeah, I just put accept terms.
Where is the name?
Here.
Accept terms.
Right, then for profile photo, I put profile photo. For age, I'll put age. And for select, I will put source. For bio, I will put bio. Age.
That's it, yeah. I finished one, that's it.
Select. And then text area.
What is select?
That's select.
Okay.
Name equal to
select. They didn't say select, they said input.
okay, try submitting.
So element name, yeah, that's true. And it must be PSI. What is PSI?
They're just giving example.
So select name equals
Source.
source. Well done, save.
And is there another input that you mix?
Text area, yeah, they're saying.
So these are all the values that are being sent to the server, right?
Yeah.
You're giving names to the variables.
Name to variables. Okay, yeah.
And that name equal to what you're giving here, that is the name with which it is given to the server, and that is how you will process it.
Okay.
Okay.
Text area, what's name you put?
Bio. Okay, all good.
Everything is alright.
Alright, so now we are done with the HTML part. Okay, so now CSS. Now this was all HTML up until now. Okay, step 37. The HTML for the registration form is finished. Now you can spruce it up a bit. Start by changing the font to Tahoma and the font size to 16 pixels in the body. So we say font just paste Tahoma and then font dash size 16 pixels.
Font Tahoma.
Here is font dash family size.
Font dash
Family.
and then font size, yeah?
Yeah.
Font size is 16 pixels.
The Tahoma should be a capital T, I think.
It will work. You're right. Shit, you're right. Sorry, sir.
No problem. Center the H1 and P. H1, comma P. By giving them margin 1 EM. You know EM, no? Just read up about it. Rem and M.
Margin, not okay. Why are you putting margin? Why don't put text center, text line center?
We are giving space on the top and the bottom.
Okay.
For H1 and P. For H1 and P, we are only adding space above.
Okay. Space only above.
Yeah. See this on the right here. If we add this for H1 and P, we get space.
Space.
That's it. Right? Top and bottom we are adding space. Right and left is auto.
Is auto.
But it said center the H1 and P elements.
It's already second.
Then align the text in the center as well. Text dash align center. Okay. You are in 39.
Yeah.
Center the form element by giving it a margin of 0 auto. Form element, form.
By giving a margin of 0 auto. Margin. Okay, 0 auto.
0 at the top and bottom and auto on right and left.
So, yeah, then fix its size to maximum width.
Max width, max dash width colon 500 pixels. And minimum width of 300 pixels. Min dash width 300 pixels. In between that range, allow it to have a width of 60 VW. Now we have to add a width 60 VW. See, Syed, what is happening is, did you understand what the different rules are doing? At minimum, this is going to be, we set width is 60 VW. So now it is 60% of the width. Okay. No matter what, it is 60%.
It is, yeah, true.
Minimum it is going to be 300. It's not going to become smaller than this. Minimum 300. Now it is 60%. And here it is
500.
500 maximum. Max, min, the fixed percentage between.
Yeah.
Okay. So it makes it responsive sort of, right?
Yeah.
No matter how small you make it, it still fits. Okay. 39, correct?
No, 40.
40. During development, it is useful to see the field set default borders. However, they make the content appear too separated. Remove the border and add 2 rem padding only to the top and bottom of each field set. Be sure to remove the padding from the left and right. So, field set. And now we need border. But they need border
0.
top and bottom. Remove the border. So border colon 0. Okay. Border colon 0. So you're removing the border. Okay. And then add 2 rem padding only to the top and bottom. Padding 2 rem top and bottom, and then 0 for left and right. Shorthand. Okay. Padding top and bottom. Be sure to remove the padding from the left and right. Yeah, left and right 0 0. Okay. (41) To give the field set elements a bit of separation, select all but the last field set element. Select all but the last. Give them a border dash bottom of 3 pixels solid. Everything except last, it says. We had field set here. CSS. Select all except last. Okay. Fine. So I think we have to try something like this, Syed. Field set. To give the field set element a bit of, select all but the last field set element.
Do you know what we do?
What?
So the last field set, okay, we give it a class name. Or we give all them class name field set, okay? And we exclude one. So we use only one class name. Should I show you?
Okay, but I don't think we can use class names here. They're probably expecting us to use one of these, Syed.
Bro, go to HTML first.
Okay.
And how many field sets do we have? 3.
Yeah. Field set. 3 field sets.
3 field sets. Okay, give them a name. Class name. Class equals to, let's say, field set 1.
Okay.
See? Where is the second field set? Here.
Okay.
Where is the third field set?
That is the third one.
Which one?
Line 24. But the third one shouldn't have the space, correct?
Shouldn't have class.
Shouldn't have class. Okay.
So now I go to style.
Okay.
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 Then dot.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. What they saying about it?
To give the field set elements a bit of separation, select all but the last field set. Give them border bottom of
Border.
yeah dash bottom
Dash bottom.
of 3 pixels. Just copy that 3 pixel solid.
Bismillah. You can use it.
Correct. That is what I was getting at.
I didn't get you. I didn't understand.
So this is a pseudo classes, right? And in pseudo classes,
so without changing.
yeah, we had a look at those different names, right?
Yeah.
See, nth child or nth last child. These are all the different types of pseudo classes that are available. Okay.
Yeah.
So in that, you see, last of type, last child, left, link, nth of child, only of type. Like that you have options, right? So they are asking us to use that rule set of field set, same field set, okay?
Yeah.
Then colon not.
Sure.
Okay. And then what is that other option which they said? Colon not, then okay. Where was
I'll
this?
just copy paste.
You pasted it? You already went to the next one? Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Not last child.
Not last child, yeah. So you put first field set.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whatever is the tag.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? Apply to rules, apply to all of this. Not is except last one.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
let's say if you have five field set,
Yeah.
but they say except last two. Should you put not last
Instead of last child, you can use
last two child?
last two child or some equivalent property will be
There
there.
will be there, yeah?
There will be something like that.
Oh, okay.
Last n children or something like that will be there. Okay. Border dash bottom 3 pixels solid this.
In same here, yeah. Don't go forward, yeah. So
Yeah.
in same here, the question is to give the field set element a bit separation. Select all but the last field set.
Yeah.
If they're saying
If we only do this,
if they're saying select only the last field set.
yeah,
So what will be the
you remove not.
and that's it. Field
Yeah.
set last child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now if we remove this, what happens? Field set, and we remove this, the all field sets. Okay. And if you remove this field set last child,
It's only last child.
only last child.
Background color red.
Where is the last field set?
Save, bro.
No, I mean this one should just run. Which is the last field set? This is the last field set, right? This area. I don't know why it's not running, but ideally it should have. Nth child, nth last child, nth of type, only child, last, nth last child, okay? P last child.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's it.
so we should have field set last child.
Yeah, you're right. You're correct. Remove that one.
But it should have applied for this last field set.
Because you already checked. You should do it before you check.
You should do what before I check?
You check your control code. Enter.
No. It should just work, Syed.
Okay, let's move on.
This part. Anyway. Let me just get this done.
41.
Yeah, I didn't finish it, no?
Field set. Not.
Colon. Not.
Yeah. Last
colon.
Child.
Last child.
Order bottom. Yeah.
What? Last of type. Okay, happy. Okay. It would be nicer to have the label text appear above the form.
Where is the form?
Elements. This is the form. These are all the label texts. Enter your name, enter last name, all of those are labels, right?
Yeah.
Select all input text area and select elements. All of these. Okay. And make them take up the full width of their parent elements. Width 100%. And then also add 10 pixel of margin to the top. Margin to the top of the selected elements. Set the other margins to 0.
Sorry, from where you get to that 100%?
From where I got means?
And make them take up the full
Make them take up the full width, right? So full width is 100%, right?
Okay. Also add 10 pixel of margin. Margin 10 pixel, yeah?
Yeah, and?
On the top of the 2. Add 10 pixel of margin to the top of the select element. Set the other margins to 0. So 10 on the top, 0, 0, 0. Right? Yeah.
Done.
43.
For the second field set, you want the input and the label elements to appear on the same line. For this, you want them on the same line. Okay. Start by giving the input elements in the second field set a class of inline. Second input elements 1, 2 and 3. Space class equal to inline. Step 44. What happened?
Yeah. I just reading the text. I
Yeah.
cannot understand.
Give all the input elements a class of inline. Give the input elements. You have 3 input elements, right?
1,
Give
2, 3.
Yeah, give them class.
So here, alt here, alt here. Class equals to. What is the name?
Inline.
Same, all the same, yeah?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now we go to the CSS and then we write the CSS for the inline code. Select dot inline. Give them the width of unset. Width unset. Okay. This will remove the earlier rule with which the input element which sets the input elements to width 100%. Okay.
Yeah.
Check code. Next, add some space between the inline elements and the label text by giving the right margin of 0.5 rem. Margin right 0.m. 0.5 m. Also set all other margin to 0. Okay, not margin, right? Just margin. So top 0, top right 0.5 m, 0, 0. 46. If you look close enough, you will notice the inline elements are too high on the line. To combat this, set the vertical align property to middle. Vertical align middle. 47. Done.
Sorry?
No, finish.
Middle, yeah?
Yeah. To make the input and text area elements blend in with the background theme. Input and text area. Okay. Blend in with the background theme. Set the background color to this. So input as well as text area. Input, comma, text area, open bracket, and background color set it to that and that, and then give them a border. Border 1 pixel solid #0a whatnot.
Then give them one with color. So what is 1 pixel solid?
1 pixel is the thickness.
No, what's it? Ah, border.
Border, yeah.
Oh, sorry. 1 pixel, comma. Ah,
No comma. 1 pixel solid, and that color.
Did Rehan call you today?
Who?
Rehan.
No. Okay, 48. Currently, if you type the input or text area elements, you will not be able to see the text. Also, their height is too small to be easy to use. Fix this by setting a color of that.
Is it black? Or white?
FFFF will be white. 255, 255, 255, no?
Sure.
Color FFFF. Minimum height 2m. All good.
Minimum height 2 em.
Color.
Sorry?
Color.
Background color, yeah.
Background color is a separate property. Color is the color of the text, right?
Should I put another color, yeah?
Yes.
What should I put?
That color, FFFF. FF.
So
what is the difference between background color and color?
This color of this thing, of the sentence, enter, is white.
Of the text, correct, yeah.
Yeah, this color.
Yeah.
Background color, the background.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, you were not supposed to change the background color. You were supposed to change the color. Add the color property.
Fix? Okay. Should I go back?
Restart.
So...
Leave those two lines. Come below.
Should I put color?
Yeah, color.
Okay.
So, color is for the text, right? Font.
Font.
Okay?
Yeah?
Yep.
And then border.
No. Minimum height.
Minimum height. Okay. Is 2 em. Okay?
All good?
Yeah.
You want the select element to remain with a white background, but now it is not getting the same min height as the input and text elements. You see this? You want this to be the same height as these guys.
Okay. Yeah, it's...
Okay, it's smaller, right?
It is.
Move the min height property and value so that all three element types have the same min height value and
8.
48.
Should I copy that one?
Okay, 1 minute. Move the min height property and value so that all 3 elements have the same. What are the 3 elements? Select element to remain with the white background, but it is not getting the same. We want select as well, right? Where is select?
This one.
Here, input text area and select we have, right?
This one, yeah.
So we move this that many lines above. Move that many lines above. Now this is also the same height. Okay.
Should I move it or should I
move it up?
It?
Copy it or cut it, move it up because it's again the same this one, right?
Yeah. 50. How much time do you have?
Oh, we haven't started the timer, Syed. But I think we must have finished a good... first we did 40 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And I think we have another 10 or 15 minutes left.
Okay.
We'll wrap up in another 10 minutes. We are now in... See, we are now in 49. We might as well finish the topic.
7. Okay.
Okay.
In 10 minutes we'll finish it.
Yeah. 50. To style the submit button, this is the button, right? Submit button here. You can use the attribute selector which selects an element based on the given attribute value. Here is an example. If input has the value name equal to password, only then apply the styles, it says. Okay. So the above selects input elements with the name attribute value of password. Now use the attribute selector to style the submit button. So now we need submit. No, we need input and square bracket type equals submit. Correct?
Yeah.
So then we will select the submit button. I mean the submit input type. Okay. Now use the attribute selector to style the submit button with a display of block. Display : block and width of 60%. Width of 60%. So it's a block and it is 60%. Okay. And now that has to be center aligned, I'm guessing. With the display of block, the submit button sits flush against the left edge of the parent. Yeah, it's against the left. Okay. Use the same technique used to center the form to the center, then submit button. How did we center the form to the center of the submit button? How did we center it?
Which one?
It says use the same technique used to center the form to the center. Right?
Yeah.
So to the form, what did we do? We gave it auto, no? On left and right. Where is form?
Oh, the margin, yeah.
See form, width 60 VW, max width that, min width that, and margin is 0 and auto.
Yeah.
Margin is 0 at top and bottom, and right and left is auto. Okay. So that same thing we will use and give it to the input.
We use only margin, yeah?
Yeah. Margin 0 top and bottom and auto on left and right. All good?
Yeah.
52. To make the submit button look more in line with the rest of the form, give it the same height as the other fields. Height 2m. 2m.
Minimum height or height?
No, just height. And also increase the font size to 1.5 rem. Font size 1.1 rem. Okay.
Font size?
Yeah.
1.1
rem. No space. Okay, 53. To make the submit button appear more distinct, give it a background color of this and border color of white. To make the submit button more, fine. So we give background color that and border color white. Border white and background is a little lighter. Okay. Maybe we will give it a hover or something like that. Submit and go next. Challenge 54. Lastly, for the submit button, you want to separate it from the field set above. For the submit button, separate it from the field set above and adjust its width to be never below 300 pixels. Change the margin property to include 1 m on top and bottom and set the width as described above. So margin top and bottom 1 m, okay, and set the width as described above. Adjust its width to be never below 300 pixels. So minimum width 60%, min width 300 pixels, right?
Yeah.
All good?
Yeah.
Most browsers inject their own default CSS properties and values for different elements. If you look closely, you might be able to notice the file input. The file input, okay, is smaller than the other text input elements. Okay, yeah. By default, a padding of 1 pixel to pixel is given to the input elements you can type in. By using another attribute selector, style the input with a type of file. So we need input square bracket type of double quote file. Input file to have the same padding as other input elements. What is padding? This is field set form label input. Input inline input. Yeah. How much? What did you have? Same padding. What is the padding? What's the padding for this? Width, height, display. Did it mean padding 1 pixel, 2 pixels? Is that what you're trying to say? Yep, I think this is the one. All good? Yeah. Speaking of padding, the submit button is sitting at the bottom of the form element. Submit button at the bottom of the form element. Okay. Add 2 m of padding only to the bottom of the form. So we can do padding bottom 2 m.
Just let me see. The submit button is sitting on the bottom of the form element. Padding, yeah. Padding 2 em. Oh, padding. Padding bottom, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last but not the least, change the text color of the terms and conditions link to this. Text color is A. Anchor tag, right?
Yeah.
Color this. Okay, done. Well done, you have completed the final part of the registration form practice project. Done?
Done. Oh.
Next you have to build a survey form. Like this, you have to build this side.
Oh,
okay,
awesome.
So we can start that up tomorrow then.
Yeah. Tomorrow, no.
We'll finish this, no? Now I'll close the stream, yeah?
Yeah, close.